All right, guys, we're back. I hope you enjoyed our Africa is Rising segment. I mean, indeed, Africa is rising because, I've told you, right? The vibe was different. So now we'll be passing on Spotlight. In this segment, we will be having an amazing conversation and a recap of this event that was organized at the Venue Warehouse partnership with Kababilosh. This partnership happened because of the screening of this documentary called Faya Dayi, and it took them 10 years to do this documentary. I know, guys. The most amazing and what fascinated me the most about this documentary was the cinematic expression that the director used, and then at the same time the story was something controversial and unusual topic. And so we were able to be part of this screening process. And we had a few words with the director of this documentary, Jessica Beshir. And so without any other explanations, we'll be passing on. So stay tuned and enjoy. Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. This is My Africa Show, and now we are on our Spotlight segment. This week we'll be spotlighting a documentary called Faya Dayi. It took them 10 years to do this documentary, and they have been traveling all across the globe for almost 3 years screening this documentary. So I'll be going inside, and this documentary, this whole event is prepared by the Venue Warehouse and Kababilosh together. They came together to make this thing happen. And by the way, this is not their first screening. They've been doing this for a while, and they will keep doing it. So there's going to be a lot of information, exchange of information in this segment. So follow me in. Jessica Beshir is a visionary Mexican-Ethiopian filmmaker whose work explores memory, spirituality, and the poetic landscape of identity. Born in Mexico to Ethiopian parents, her multicultural background deeply informs her cinematic voice, one that weaves intimate stories with lyrical visuals and intuitive structure. Jessica's filmmaking is rooted in the process of deep listening to people, to place, and to emotion. She approaches the camera not as an observer, but as a participant, creating work that feels immersive, sensorial, and timeless. Her interest lies not in linear storytelling, but in the texture of life, the unspoken, the seen, and the felt. Her acclaimed feature debut, Faya Dayi, is a powerful meditation on the rituals and realities surrounding khat, a plant widely used in Ethiopia. But more than that, it's a film about longing, faith, and generational dreams. The film premiered at the 2021 Sudanese Film Festival and went on to win numerous prestigious awards, including the Truer Tan Fiction Award at the 2022 Independent Spirit Awards, multiple Grand Jury Prize, and the several Best Cinematography honors, including at the ASC, IDA, and Doc NYC. Faya Dayi was shortlisted for the 2022 Academy Awards, released theatrically in North America by Janus Films, broadcast nationally on PBS through POV, and distributed globally by Mubi. Beyond her feature work, Jessica has directed several short films that continue her exploration of diasporic identity and visual poetry. She is a 2024 Guggenheim Fellow and a recipient of support from institutions like Sudanese Institute, the Doha Film Institute, NYSCA, and the Jerome Foundation. Her work stands as a testament to the power of filmmaking that doesn't just tell stories, but dreams them into being.
Buna uru teenya raayee fi oomishni fi teenya wanti godhaa ture. Majjasanii jimaa keessa deebisee. ثم كفرلتك أعمل كعمل زيوهال هنقول لزيونا يمي
ألا هو كتبت أعوذ الكلين يلوزال أمير النار الله كافي النار إبادوس اللزو مدوكس كفون بوء
نقناعتي والله لو ده وصوري بقرته سرنان وانت كانوا جنة جيشوا معنا مكوا
All right, thank you so much for your time. It really means a lot to have your presence here.
Well, thank you.
So please introduce yourself. Let's start with that.
Okay, my name is Jessica Beshir. I'm the director of Faya Dayi.
Exactly. So I don't want us to start with this formal question because, I mean, there was this Q&A and people were like engaging about the documentary and a lot of questions pop up. And I was like, okay, I want to ask her this question, which is, you're like constantly talking about surrendering yourself to the process, which is so fascinating. But I want to know how you got to that decision process, because you mentioned that you're pretty much structured and you need to be structured to create things sometimes, you know. So tell us, how did you get to that mentality?
Well, you know, first of all, that entire idea or notion of surrendering to the creator, because that's what you're surrendering to, and you're surrendering to the process. It came very much from the Sufi moms that I was spending time with in Harar. They would see me coming from New York and then just trying to get things done. And they spoke with me and they said, well, you know, you are coming in with a certain notion of time. You're always in a rush and you're rushing. And now you're going to miss everything. You're missing everything. Because, you know, when you come as Harar, you have to leave your sense of time. You have to leave those keys at the door. Because you're going to enter another space that has its own sense, its own notion of time and flow. And if you come with preconceived ideas, you're going to miss everything. And instead, if you came in humble, surrender to the possibilities that your creator is going to offer you, then you're going to be much richer for that. And all that, it's a little bit like a form of a prayer. When you're surrendering to the process, you are surrendering to something that you don't know is going to work, but you believe in the process, because the process, the one step, is going to lead you to another. So yeah, it was just the most beautiful thing, because it's when I started to, again, you know, to surrender to that the film started to show up, you know?
Exactly, because sometimes we think it's some of the things that we too much control, I guess, doesn't have that much life. And we can see that through the things that you've done, because I was checking some things. But I want to know, because within the 10 years of making this documentary, every single day will shape your life, your personality, the way you see yourself, the way you see people around you in an enormous way. So I want to know how this documentary, now it's already out, it's already being screened, but leaving that aside, personally, how did the process impacted you as Jessica, you know? And also being able to have that freedom. Now that you know how to surrender, you can apply that to whatever sector of your life, you know?
Yeah.
So tell us how this experience changed who you are, if it has.
Well, of course, I live in an immense amount of gratitude on the daily for whatever we consider. Again, I don't want to go into those binary good and bad thinkings, but whatever it is that presents itself, I feel like I'm much more equipped to know that it's always for the better. It's here to teach me something. So whatever it is, I'm much more calmer about everything, honestly. You know, and I think that that comes from, again, to understand that. I mean, as a filmmaker and as a documentary filmmaker, to be humble, humble to receive, humble to learn, humble to the presence of others, and a lot of gratitude. You know, it's changed the way I see life, which is very beautiful.
By the way, I can sense your calmness. Now I'm feeling calm. I'm feeling relaxed. you bring that energy to the face. So yeah, I want you to know that it's seen. You know. So the last question I have, because I know you're tired. So the last.
It's a jet lag.
I know. I understand. So the last and the final question I have for you is mainly for our audience, because a lot of people are watching the show that are in different circumstances, working in different areas, and I think surrendering to the process is something that we should have as a principle. So as a person that tried that, succeeded, also as a filmmaker, I want you to give out your advice, or your last word, should I say, to the young generation.
Well, I don't know if I have any advice, honestly, but all I can say is that, you see, with that surrender that I'm talking about, there comes like a radical sense and radical trust on yourself, radical trust on your intuition, and not double guessing yourself, like truly trust what your gut is telling you. And that, in a way, it becomes the compass that guides you through all of the processes of either filmmaking, whichever it is that you're doing, whatever art. I think that which is guttural is what is the treasure that we hold, because it's talking to us about something, you know? And may all those guttural feelings and intuitions be loud enough, you know, so that we surrender to those, so that we listen to that, especially when it comes to the creative field, you know, like, or even filmmaking or whatever, because then when you do that, you're no longer holding yourself to any kind of preconceived structure of how to or how that. You are about to create your own how to and how that, and what is it, and bringing your own visual language, audio-visual experience, or whatever it is, and I think that becomes exciting because it's coming from a gut, and even though we might not know what that is, but that becomes so beautiful, and you know, just to even see where a person can go, you know, where it's going, you know, when it's something is brave, because you know, when you have courage, when you have courage to listen to yourself and bring that, whatever, however you want to see it, you know, oh, this is so weird, or this or that, but it's that which makes us,
it interesting.
Yes, which makes it ourselves. Then I feel like I'm meeting you, I'm meeting that person, as opposed to if it was something a little bit more pacified. And in fact, you know, we want, I mean, I think that what we need, especially in this day and age, in times of revolution, I think what we need is cinema that can bring a jolt, as Tarkovsky said, you know, to our spirit, you know, to wake us up from whatever complacent world we're in, and to be able to look around more, and to understand the world that we're living in a little bit more, and be part of it, and partake in that revolution, whichever way.
exactly. And reminding yourself you're going to live once, so make sure that every single day counts. Make sure that you're breathing yourself, you're connecting more with nature, you know, God, with yourself. So yeah, I definitely agree. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your work. Thank you so much for putting it out there. It really means a lot, and I hope we'll definitely see each other again.
We will.
Very, very soon. Thank you. Is there anything else that you'd love to say?
Well, no, it's been lovely to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I love you. You're so pretty. Thank you so much for your time. It's really nice to have you here. Please introduce yourself and yeah.
Okay, so I am Meznagna. I'm a researcher at Addis Ababa University, and I work at the Institute of Ethiopian Studies.
Okay, so today we're here at the screening of this amazing documentary, which is organized by the Venue Warehouse and Club Brosh. So tell us about this screening culture that is coming up, and it's so fascinating. So tell us about it, because we've been talking about it off rec. So now say it for our audience.
Okay. So this has been going on. It started off at Addis Ababa University, and mainly I'm a social historian, cultural and social history, and so I started off a conversation with a couple of friends on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the Ethiopian Revolution. I was curious about how to have conversation about history with younger people, but in a way that it's open enough that it could invite conversation, discussions in an intergenerational fashion. And I had a friend who was a filmmaker who was himself working on a TV series, which was an archive of the revolution in the 1970s in the European calendar and 60s. So we were just having coffee and discussing about like how the form cinema could be an interesting way to open up a conversation, intergenerational conversation about our difficult histories, our hopeful histories, but in a manner in which other generation can also engage because of the form, but also because of the openness of the form. So that's how we started off, and we started at the Institute of Ethiopian Studies. We did a 10 film screening series on movies that were made about Ethiopian revolution by Ethiopians mainly, but we also tried to open it up to African cinema, which were thematically affiliated to revolution, liberation, independence struggle, like the Battle of Algiers, but also a much more a broader global element, mostly through the global south. We tried to see like Cuba and other China and Algeria, like the Battle of Algiers, for example. So we tried to curate a programming as a form of syllabus, an open syllabus that could be engaged and invite people to have a conversation. After screening, we tried to also have a conversation about cinema, about its form, with directors. So the vision of that screening series was, one, to make it intergenerational, aside for intergenerational conversation about the history, but also it was about craft, the cinema, the craft of making cinema by Ethiopian directors, producers, cinematographers who produced those films. So we were lucky enough to have some of them join us, but some also, when we don't have the directors, we invite people who have studied their work. So in that way, it's an open platform, but it's also a form of knowledge sharing platform for intergenerational, both about the craft and the theme that we will be screening. So this series, for example, is a third phase series or a third chapter series. After the Ethiopian Studies screening series for 10 months, we moved to contemporary art and modern art museum at the Gabriel Christos Desta Center. And there we tried to have cushion it with exhibition and public lectures both from music and visual arts. So we tried to also venture out from cinema to public lecture format and exhibition format, but still playing around visuals and still also keeping this intergenerational and interdisciplinary, meaning having different disciplines talking about similar time, similar themes. And then the third chapter now is we came to the venue. The owners and directors of this place were very interested and welcoming for us to come to this side of town. So we said, by going by the name of Kababulosh, we can make it multi-locational Kababulosh. So we are here at the third phase. It has been 3 months since we came or moved here, but it's going to be mobile. So it's an open enough. We can have multi-locational or multi-site screening series, but the main, like I said, the main running theme will be to have a table for discussion through this invitation of cinema, but using that form to have conversations.
Exactly, exactly. And I feel like we need some kind of bridge. You know, because thoughts are, they're not neither created nor destroyed, right? It's just thoughts carry energies.
Exactly.
So you need to have such kind of safe space where you come and explain. So the next question I have is, because people might be asking, how can we be part of this? And this is not the first and it's not the last, fortunately. So tell us, what are the next projects that you have, because you've been telling me about it, and how can people join?
So we have 2 forms of invitation. Like I said, we envision, by Kababulosh, I said it is intergenerational, but also multi-locational. But it's basically for community to co-create itself around the interest of cinema, but around this idea of coming together, to willingly to come together and to willingly contribute to discussions, conversations about matters of craft, but also about matters of history, right? So whereby it's a connecting history in a form. So in that sense, everybody is invited, as long as they come willing. Everybody, it's an open invitation.
Take notes, guys.
Yes, it's free so far. And but when the school is going to open, of course, we'll be at least here and at Addis Ababa University. So we'll announce through our social media platforms, which we have Instagram. I think we have other sites, TikTok and others also. I'm not very good at that
social media.
But we do have those sites where we announce it's going to happen. So the next three sessions are going to be here. 2 of them are by our foremost respected filmmaker, Haile Garima. But the next one is by his student, the 13th Amendment. It would be screening in the August 2017. And then the next 2 will be Sankofa and Harvest 3000. And we hope everybody could come and join us. And it's a spacious place, very graciously offered by the Venue Warehouse. And they've been very kind for us to use the space for discussion, for screening, for free. So everybody is also very much welcome to join us for free, or even for intern. It's mostly very few people coordinating to do this. So we'll be very much happy to welcome whoever is interested to come co-create, but also help in organizing.
My goodness, do you have? Because I'm here, I want to be part of you guys.
You're in. Yes.
So thank you so much, because you've explained things pretty well. Thank you so much, because you specifically mentioned that this is a passion project.
Yes.
A lot of you guys are, especially the ones that are coordinating, are from different backgrounds, doing different things. But this is something that you guys just cannot help.
Yes.
So thank you for doing that. Thank you for dedicating your time. And
it's a privilege for us also. It gives us joy. So that's why we are here.
I know. Because I've seen how your face lit up when people question, and when you see people engage and nod their heads, agreeing with what you guys are saying. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. This is one way of being part of the community, and we hope you keep coming and engaging with us as well. So you're very welcome, but also very much happy for us to be invited by you guys.
Yes. All right. So have a great evening.
Warra yaadadhee jira. Buna uruu teenya raayee fi oomishni ifii teenya wanti godhaa turan. Majjasanii jimaa keessa deebisee. Kamsuma makfallati qaamal. Kamsi wahal hangullati nyalmi beelu.
وكتبت أعوذ الكلين يلوزال أمير النار الله قافي النار إبادوس اللزو مدوكس كفون بوء
نقناتيتو والله لو ده وصوري بقرده سرنان وانت كانوا جنة جيشو نانا مكوا
As we are about to conclude this week, My Africa show, first and foremost, I would love to thank for you guys for staying till the last of our show. But besides that, this whole point of providing different stories that are happening in our beautiful country, Ethiopia, in our beautiful continent, Africa, is for us to understand the connections that we all have and understand that what we do, even the small contribution that we feel is small, might not be that small. And so let's keep giving, let's keep being positive and have that vision, have that passion to create the Africa that we want. And with that, I will say goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And of course, please do let us know what you think about this episode on our short SMS 6121, as always. And for those of you guys that are watching on different social media platforms, this is your show. We are families at this point. So make sure to let us know what you think about this episode below this video, and I'll make sure to catch up with you guys. Thank you so much again. I'll see you next week, but till then, goodbye and have a blessed weekend.